Here's a clip from the Southwestern Lead app.
We started working with inner city young people to give them hope. I was on a conference call yesterday. Bloomberg asked me to be one of their guest speakers on a panel, and they talked about why is it so important to reach back into that population of student. How many of you guys watched the George Floyd incident this year? And that's why it's important. We all saw stuff that happened in our world. We saw the pandemic. We saw things change. And I said, we got to figure out a way to give everybody a fair chance. So I think it's important that we figure out, so we had to pivot to this virtual model when the pandemic came. That was very important to us. So listen, tonight I want to try to share something with you in a very succinct way that's important. I tried to write speeches. I tried to put them down. Tonight I'm going to talk to you from here, from my heart. So tonight I want to share with you principles of life and things that I've learned and the way to live in this world, the way to make a difference in this world. So I'm not going to give you a canned presentation because you guys are the best salesmen in the world anyway. I'll never forget. How many of you all knew Spencer Hayes? How many of y'all got a chance to meet him? You know, maybe y'all didn't know him. I know that when I started Youth About Business, Spencer had a New York office. And he invited me to his New York office one day. He said, I want to hear about what you're doing. And I told him, you said there's two types of people in the world. One will find a way, and one will find an excuse. Which type are you going to be? The target was, how do you begin to prepare, especially young people who grow up with disadvantages, with being disenfranchised in very difficult situations? How do you give them a chance to compete too? Some people have privileges in life. These young people don't. Many times dad has left. Many times they're sitting there not even realizing. I just opened up an academy. I'll show you a video here in a minute. 75% of the people in the academy can't even pay the weekly fee. So I spend all my time now going out finding companies saying, help me to make sure that these young people get a chance to win. And that to me, it may not be important to you, but to me that's important because you got to give everyone a chance to compete in this world. You really do. You got to give everyone a chance. It takes courage to change a person's life. It really does. And this is what I tell the young people that come to Youth About Business. When you get in an environment that stretches you, it will activate the greatness that's already inside you. Not one of you in here needed Southwestern to make you great. What you needed Southwestern to do was to activate what was already built inside you. Teach you how to be disciplined, teach you how to work hard, teach you how to overcome obstacles, teach you those things that really are principles that help you become who you really already were, but you needed an environment, and that's what Southwestern does. And that's a great place to be able to activate greatness inside of people. That's what a student leader really does. There are some people who are going to forever be changed in their lives because they met you. How many of you have been changed in your life because you met somebody that introduced you to a Southwestern environment, and now you're much better and you're going to an amazing place in your own life because somebody intersected your life? So that's such an important thing. There's a young lady right now, I'll never forget the first time I took her to New York. She was terrified to ride the subway right here from Nashville. She just got appointed December of 2019. She was assigned to run the startup companies for Google. Jewel Solomon, you should Google her. She started in Youth About Business. It's amazing to see. You guys are going to have stories galore of people who you were courageous enough to go out and recruit and help them overcome those little sad stories that people were telling them about why you can't and why it's impossible and why you won't be able to achieve. Because that's important, that they meet someone that says, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And so that's one of the first points that I talk about. This intersection that you're going to have in someone's life is going to be critical. Second is overcoming the fear of failure. Every one of us are terrified. Overcoming the fear of constant failure, that's what you're going to do because you were courageous enough to intersect in someone's life and tell them, regardless of people telling you no, regardless of people telling you it's impossible, you yourself have set some standards and goals that you need to get to. So third, learning to believe in yourself. I love the Wiz. The Wiz says believe in yourself right from the start. You'll have brains, you'll have a heart. You'll have courage to live your whole life through. You got to learn at some point to believe in yourself. So in my story, again, there's been 8,500 young people through Youth About Business, 8,500 of them. It's been amazing to see over and over again how companies are now starting to say, there are bright people out of that community. I mean, I don't know how all this stuff happens, except for Sam is just passionate about trying to figure out how do you give people a fair chance. Last year, Apple Corporation hired 15 students from Youth About Business, 10 college students, 5 high school students, and said, we've heard about that story. We want to give diverse students a chance to come work at our company so we can begin to develop talent for the future. But you know what? If you don't teach people to believe in themselves, if you don't teach people to keep trying, even though it seems difficult and hard, then some of that, there are going to be people who don't accomplish and achieve at the level they should because you didn't do your part. So that's important. And lastly, I don't know what your faith is. I'm not here I'm a pastor. I'm not here to convert you. But I know everybody in life is built with a purpose. How many of y'all have read The Alchemist? How many of y'all have read that book? If you haven't, I recommend you read it. Because The Alchemist talks about, you have a legend inside of you. Most people go to their grave, and guess where their legend goes? Right with them. Most people don't achieve near what they could accomplish. They don't achieve near what they're capable of because they're just not willing to go and pursue their God calling, their purpose in life. I hope that you will not let anything prevent you from getting to the place that you were created to be. Your intersection is going to help people activate the greatness that they have inside of them. Every one of you in here, I don't care where your background is, there's a young man, Caucasian young man, who came to Youth About Business, and I asked him, why did you come? Because at this point we were working with probably 80% African Americans, a few Hispanic, a few Latino, and 2 or 3 Caucasian, and he said, my community, because of my family, my dad and mom were not what you would consider the wholesome family. They disowned me. They really wouldn't allow me to interact at the level because of our family structure. And nobody else would give me a chance. Youth About Business, because of their acceptance of who I was. The young man now is in technology at HCA. It's not black, white. What it is, it's looking at a person for the true potential that's inside of every person. Looking at them for what they can achieve and they can accomplish and they can dream about. So, to me, it's such an important place to help people activate their graces, overcome their fears, believe in themselves, and do their God calling. So I need to tell you this story. And then I'm going to show you the film of what we do, the video. And then I hope that some of you will say, how can my life not only intersect the lives that I'm going to influence, but maybe lives that you may never meet that you could impact?
Southwestern Lead is an international leadership program that helps you build skills, gain confidence, and discover new opportunities. With professional coaching, a world-class digital learning platform, and certifications that will enhance your resume or application, Lead sets you apart. We'll show you how to turn success principles into success habits through small group training, one-on-one coaching, and guided action plans to help you apply what you're learning. It takes more than academics to reach your goals. See what one of America's oldest leadership training programs can do for you. Visit southwesternlead.com.
Steve Beach now has the cleaning service at our offices. The first time I ever saw a live gunfight where people actually shooting, I've seen one in my whole life. One. But the first time I ever saw one is when I went to pick up Steve. His mother called me. He was 9 years old, and she said, my son, I'm going to lose my son He's getting in trouble, fights. Our neighborhood is not healthy. I'm gonna lose him. I used to go pick Steve up. I picked him up one day. These two guys are literally out in the parking lot and alley shooting at one another with real guns. See, some of us have not even had to think about the obstacles that people have to fight through to get to where you are, you know, a level of success. And so I kept picking up Steve, Steve now runs his own cleaning company. He wasn't the best student. He wasn't going to go to Harvard. That's not Steve. But he was able to make it out of that community because somebody did what number 7 is. So the student leader's responsibility is to do number 7. Because you know what people do to pennies? They overlook them. They throw them away. They don't even care about them. Then it's not $1. I don't even care about them. Everywhere I go, not because I need the penny, but everywhere I go, if I see a penny on the ground, I'm gonna pick it up. I've been in airports under the little place picking up pennies. I've been in the middle of the street in New York City. I'd walk and I'd see a penny, I'd get out of the street first, let the cars go, and I'll go back and get the penny. Because sometimes you gotta work hard to get to that place to help somebody else. You gotta work beyond your comfort zone. You gotta work beyond what's easy and go pick up that penny, because then you never know. I don't know, and I'm not taking credit for Steve's life, but who knows what happens if you don't connect Steve. So everywhere I go, I don't care, I'm gonna pick up a penny. So today, I'm out of Green Hills. The store I was trying to get in was closed, so I go back to the car. I didn't even notice it until I come back to the car. And right when I'm getting ready to get in the car, there's a penny right there by the door. And what do you think I did? I picked up that penny, because every time I pick it up, it reminds me, never look over people, never value people, never devalue people, never dehumanize people because of your position in life. Always be willing to pick that penny up. That may not be important to you. This may not be the kind of speech you even want to hear. But what I do know, if you'll spend your life picking up pennies and inviting them to become all that they can be, one day, they're going to remember who intersected their life. You all know Robert Frost's statement, 2 roads diverged in the woods. You know, I picked the one less traveled, and it's made all the difference. You're going to make all the difference in some people's lives this year. You don't even realize it. If you'll passionately, every day, get up and do your work. Every day, get up and reach to make sure that people can become all they can become. We have students now from 18 different states, 4 countries. It started with 7 students right here in Nashville. I'll tell you, I've been recruiting since I left here. 7 students in Nashville started this program. They're all across the globe now. It's really interesting because this is where all of it starts. When young people, over the years, we bought this building in 1999. This was an amazing place because this is where we would come and train young people. We have finally got to the place where we're going to establish the Youth About Business Leadership Academy. And that academy is going to be fully digital, automated. We're finding a lot of the young people, because of virtual education, are struggling. So we're going to have plexiglass workstations. It's going to be like a co-working space for young people. And it's kind of the Youth About Business way. We've always tried to be trendsetters. We did have some geographical constraints, you know, up until last year. And now, when we pivoted to this virtual model, we literally can work with young people from any state, any country. So we're excited about that. This is our first full-fledged year of having a fully digitized model. This room will transform. We'll start off with the elementary class being in here, and we're going to work with all 3 levels, elementary, middle school, and high school. One of the traditional things we're going to do is we're going to keep a library in place. So we're going to put a library along this wall. This is going to become like a teacher's hub. So like if a teacher's here, they need to have a private conference, or if a teacher's here, they want to teach their class, they can come in, connect right here, and teach from this room. Teachers can use this room as well, but also this is going to be a think tank a place for creative thought, new ideas. Youth About Business has always been known for entrepreneurship. You know, we have, in fact, some of the biggest entrepreneurial stories in this country are evolving with Youth About Business Connection. This is going to be kind of the relaxed hub area. This is going to be built out as a place for them to come and relax, take some time, downtime. There's going to be a refreshment bar here so they can get like drinks and beverages and things. And then they got these things called pods. And they said they're going to put pods in the room so the young people can come. Pods along this wall as well, so if they want to just sit in the relaxed area while they're doing their homework, obviously they'll have their earphones on, they'll be tied to their teachers. So this whole area will be transformed into like a place for them to relax and have a great time. I'm excited about it, even though it's a little different than the way that I've always run the program. We ran it through hard work and just getting young people to come participate. But this social media and the way young people learn now, I think will be very relevant, and they will be attracted to it, we anticipate. So guys, why do I show this to you? This is my last point, and then I've really enjoyed being here with you tonight, but why do I show this to you? Without a Southwestern, there would be no Youth About Business. When Sam Kirk came to Southwestern in 1976, I was probably the least disciplined person you would ever meet. But thankfully, somebody kept seeing, if you keep pushing, if you keep pressing, if the things that we cover tonight, if you will understand there's greatness inside of you, if you'll understand how to deal with your fear of failure, if you'll have belief in yourself and have confidence, if you'll make sure that you follow that purpose God has for you, or whatever, however you want to relate that in terms of how you view the greater good out here for your life. And then if you'll make sure that you give everybody your best. So I'm thankful tonight because I realize that in the last 3 weeks, it's been amazing how many opportunities this company that would not, Youth About Business, wouldn't even be here if it weren't for the principles that you guys are getting ready to go teach people out here in this world. So because of that, I trust that all of you will make the commitment tonight. I'm going to make sure I pick up pennies the rest of my life. And every time I see a penny, when I pick it up, what I'll do is I'll remember it gives me a chance to help someone else be all that they can be. Thank you guys very much for having us tonight.